Logging into both. Greetings, Divine Radiance. So I was, okay, it's live over there too. So greetings, Divine Radiance. How are you today? So today we are once again streaming live from both YouTube and Facebook. But the only place we're doing the live chat interaction is on YouTube. So if you are on Facebook, please go ahead and join us over on YouTube so you can participate in the live chat, okay? And let me just go in really quick. And we will also be doing the $20 mini readings at the end, like we always do. So I will be sharing that with you all later in the live so that you can participate. Good morning, my beautiful Aunt Linda. Let's see who is on with me today. Hi, Shanna, you're first. Awesome. Shanna said, I'm excited for today. Oh, I am so excited. I know Nahkila has a message, a powerful message for us all. Thank you so much, because you know what? I literally had an amazing meditation session this morning, and starting yesterday, I was asking Spirit, give me something powerful to talk about. And then this morning, I was literally sitting on my bed after I got dressed, talking to my mom, looking for the card for the lady here who does my lashes so I can schedule an appointment tomorrow. And then Spirit told me what we're talking about today. So I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So, usually I just pull the cards and we go with that. And I believe we're going to have a period of doing that too. But there's a message that came through. It was in a conversation my mom and I were having. And then Spirit said, talk about this. I'm like, thanks, Spirit. Always showing up at the final hour, but I appreciate it. So let's see. Tia Lynn said, true. Good morning. Good morning, Tia Lynn. Good morning. Alatha said, hey, family. Hey, Alatha. Good morning, Mom. Let's see. Ooh, Tia Lynn, what restaurant are you eating at? She said she's eating at a great vegan restaurant, gluten-free mac and cheese, garlic greens, avocado, and beans. That sounds so good. Good morning, Michaela. Good morning. So, okay, Shanna, you were first. And really quick, I'm going to go over to Facebook and address them. And while I'm doing that, you guys, if you, let's see. Hi, Fonda. Hi, Asia, my beautiful cousin. Hi, Kika. Hi, Erica. Hi, Dynell. Thank you guys for joining. So I am over here for now, but the YouTube link is at the top where I put the greetings. I don't even know what that area is called on a Facebook post. Do you guys know what it's called on a Facebook video post? But anyways, that area at the top of this video, click that link and join us over on YouTube, because after right now, I won't be over here reading your comments. And if you'd like to participate in the live chat or even have an opportunity to have the $20 mini reading at the end, then the YouTube is where you're going to head over to, okay? So, and if you're fine with just watching and not commenting and interacting, then it's fine. Stay over here. But if you'd like to be a part of it, come on over and join the party on YouTube. Okay, so since Shanna was first, hey, Diamond. Hi, Alice. Hi, sending you so much love and so much gratitude. So much gratitude. Dynell, I see you're here. I see you're here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so which deck for Shanna? You know what? It's so funny because I always ask the question, but it's like intuitively every time I ask, like my hand is literally over the deck and it's like, that's the deck. So, okay, Shanna, I'm pulling from the Surrender deck for you. Nice light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, and ascended masters, all of highest light and love. Thank you for giving me a message for Shanna today that is rooted in highest light, love, and truth. Woo, ooh. Okay, so several fell on the floor, but the one that literally fell in between my thighs, Spirit said, is for you. So this one came in upside down. Is it meant to be read that way? Okay, I heard yes. Surrender to creativity. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. Okay, so what I'm being told to tell you is to stop overthinking and putting too much on your current situation or your current state, right? Just allow yourself to flow in that energy of creativity. Allow yourself to be open to guidance. And in order for you to receive that guidance in a clear way, you must first believe that you can. Now, this is also speaking to, I'm hearing painting. And for whatever reason, finger painting is actually coming through. So I don't know if you used to finger paint as a child and enjoyed it or not, but getting out some paper and some finger paints and just allowing your inner child to step into the forefront is really going to help you not be so stressed, not be so worried, and not hold on to things. You have amazing things that are trapped inside your mind, but they're having a difficult time coming to the forefront because you're stressed out about a lot of things. If you didn't see yesterday's tips and tools, watch it, because I speak about the dot method and how we tend to feel like the things that we're manifesting, like there are these huge things, right? Especially when they have to do with like life and survival, right? But that's part of the power of repelling, is when we put so much on it. If we can just focus on it through our intentions and focus on it in regards to connecting to the divine and allowing ourselves to be guided, then putting it away, forgetting about it, and just taking away the heaviness, you'll receive more. So what Spirit is telling me to tell you is through your creativity, tapping into your inner child, you're going to be able to de-stress, right? I have a coloring book that I'm going to let this down a little. It's kind of chilly, that I haven't used in a while. And the other day I took it out with my color pencils and was like, I think I'm going to sit down and color. Is there anything else for Shanna? I'm being told to tell you to reflect, but don't judge. And this is in reference to yourself, right? Reflect, but don't judge. You tend to judge yourself way more than you judge anyone else. So I just heard, stop it. Stop it. Love yourself. See yourself for who you truly are, and know that stepping stones are beautiful gifts. Okay, so that's your message, Shanna. Thank you so much for joining and allowing me to pull that card for you. And for those of you that don't know, oh, Shanna said, yes, I draw. Awesome, awesome. For those of you that don't know, on YouTube, the first person on gets a personal card pulled, and that's what we were doing. So Shanna said, that's right. Thank you. You're so welcome. Tia Lynn said, best tips and tools yet. I really align with the dot method. I'm so, so grateful. Shanna said, I used to as a child. Good. Well, go ahead and get some finger paint and do it. And just see what you create. And you know how children, when they create a painting, their parents or their loved ones, grandparents put it on the refrigerator. Take your painting and post it on the refrigerator for a little while. And just, let that be your reminder to not stress so much and to just tap into your inner child at every possible, I'm just hearing point. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with our breathing. So if you guys are ready for Empower Hour, go ahead and hit the like button, and then let's close our eyes unless we're driving and get started with the breathing. So what we're going to do is inhale slow and deep through our nose. And what we're going to do is inhale love and light. And with every exhale, we're going to release all that's no longer serving us. Now, if there's something specific that you're choosing to release, then go ahead and focus on that. Or you can keep it general, and you can just set the intention that with every exhale, you're releasing all that no longer serves you. Now, as we're breathing, I'm going to be sending Reiki to your heart chakra and your solar plexus chakra. But of course, the energy is intelligent. So if there's other places where your spirit, your soul, and your body is calling for that healing energy, it's going to go there. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. Inhale slow and deep through your nose, love and light. And exhale through your mouth, releasing all that's no longer serving you. And as you continue to breathe, inhaling love and light, I call on highest light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, and ascended masters, all of highest light and love. I thank you for filling this space. I thank you for delivering a message to me that is rooted in highest light, love, and truth, that serves the highest good of those I'm called to serve today. May their hearts, their minds, and their spirits be open to receive whatever serves their highest good. I thank you, and so it is. So as you continue to breathe in that love and light and continue to exhale all that's no longer serving you, allow your crown chakra to open, located at the top of your head, opening your crown chakra now. And just allow that warm, loving glow of divine, highest light and love energy to pour in through your crown, feeling a tingling sensation at the top of your head. as divine love and light enters your crown. Feeling that warm, loving energy traveling down to your third eye, extending out to your ear chakras, traveling down to your throat and down to your heart, traveling down to your solar plexus and your sacral, down to your root, and just feel that loving, warm energy of divine, highest light and love flowing down your thighs and your knees, down into your calves and your ankles. And notice the tingling sensation as that loving light, that loving energy pours down into your feet. And just allow your feet to grow roots. Feel the roots bursting through the soles of your feet, penetrating Mother Earth, traveling down to her center. And just allow yourself to connect with the energy of Mother Earth, feeling her heartbeat as her loving energy travels back up through those roots, up into the soles of your feet, traveling up to your sacral, traveling up to your root, up to your sacral, up to your solar plexus. Feel that energy as it travels up to your heart, up to your throat, up to your ear chakras and your third eye, and up and out your crown. Feeling that energy connect with the divine source of highest light and love, and just allowing the energies to dance together, continuing to flow through your entire cellular being. Feeling it extend out to your entire cellular being, setting the intention that for the rest of the day, with every inhale, you'll breathe in love and light, loosening and releasing. With every exhale, all that no longer serves you. And so it is. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes and let me know how you feel. And if you feel more relaxed now than you did before, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments how you all feel. I always feel like, after that. Okay, so let's get into it. Are you guys ready? Let's get into it. So I was talking to my mom, like I told you, on the bed, talking to my mom, and Spirit said, today we're going to talk about the power of letting go. So I was talking to my mom about, how I told you all how I met someone, a lady, and she was inviting me to the mountains, and I just had this feeling, right? I had this feeling that I couldn't shake. And because the feeling didn't go anywhere, I wasn't taking my chances. And then I find out there's this extreme haunted house, which actually is a torture chamber here. And, my Pisces imagination runs wild. And I'm like, you guys remember that movie Hostel and how they were like getting people and selling them so that they could go to these places where like rich people were paying to torture them and ultimately kill them. And like literally, okay, I'm giving you all the whole backstory, but literally this place has you sign this 40-page release and you have to get doctor's permission. And it actually says death may occur, right? Crazy, right? And it's located here where I live. And so I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen in those mountains. But because of that feeling, right? That feeling, I knew it was coming from Spirit. And you all know I'm more committed to following the guidance I receive from Spirit than allowing my human hangups to take the driver's seat and control me, right? So for me, I felt bad because it's like, I just have this feeling like she's so nice and she'd like to take me to lunch, but I have this feeling that I can't shake, right? So then the message of the power of letting go. How many times have we been involved in situations or been involved with people or been involved with jobs, and we've had this feeling that we couldn't shake, right? Whether it was a feeling of, I'm not happy here, whether it was a feeling of, I'm not being treated the way I deserve, whether it was a feeling of, I don't really trust you, but I don't quite know why, or even if you do know why, right? How often do we hold on when Spirit is guiding us to let go? So the thing that I'm learning throughout this entire journey is Spirit always knows what's next. And if we can just commit to allowing our conviction to following the guidance we receive from spirit be stronger than our human hangups, we will not go wrong. Everything we're choosing to do, every way we're choosing to serve, everything we're choosing to manifest will happen. We've just got to release the human hangups and let spirit take the wheel. You know how people say, Jesus, take the wheel? Let Jesus, God, Allah, spirit, whatever your highest source of power is, take the wheel and you will be fine. You'll be better than fine. So I'm going to see what you all are saying really quick. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome. Welcome. Tia Lynn said, amazing. So flowy. Yes, yes, yes. It's just like, I thought about how often I held on when I was meant to let go, you know, and the first thing that comes to mind, it's relationships and even jobs, right? I had a job where I was not appreciated. I was working 72 hours a week. They had already decided I wasn't moving up past sales manager, you know, and it just didn't feel good for a very long time, but I held on and I suffered. And as a result, I wasn't the only one that suffered. My children suffered because I was so exhausted. I wasn't even able to be a mom. So when we hold on to things we're meant to let go of, that's the result, suffering. So I like you to think about something that you're holding on to right now that spirit has told you, however you receive intuitively, to let go. I like you to think about what that is. And then I'd like you to think about, why are you holding on? Why are you holding on? Why are you ignoring what you're receiving and holding on? You know, it's time for you to allow your blessings to flow to you. And as long as you're going against what spirit is telling you or guiding you to do, suffering is the result. You know, it's the result. Oftentimes, the thing that keeps us holding on is fear, right? It's usually fear. It doesn't matter if it's fear of, you know, our outcome or if it's fear of theirs, you know? Like in my first marriage, that marriage was over in the beginning. You know, when he cheated, it was like, I'm done, you know? And then I stayed because I had this thought, my grandparents were always right, let me stay, you know? And then I cheated back and, you know, we were just business partners building a life, but the love wasn't there. And so as a result, there was a lot of suffering, you know, a lot of suffering, right? Or had I just followed what I was intuitively being guided to do, the suffering would have been eliminated. But on the flip side of that, through that suffering comes lessons, and through those lessons comes blessings. So it's really just a matter of, are you ready to receive your blessings now? Or would you like to learn some more lessons and receive them later? You know what I mean? It's really up to you. So let's see what y'all are saying. Let's see. Diamond said, I just filled up 4 pages of human hangups to release. Yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. See, look at spirit. Always showing up and showing out and right on time. My beautiful Aunt Linda said, when I first woke up this morning, I was very shaky all over from all the medication that I'm taking. After my breathing exercise, I feel so much better. I'm so, so grateful. And you know what? I'd like to encourage you, like just as quick as we did that, we don't have to, you know, take a long time to meditate. You know, I do, but that's my choice, you know, because I have so many things that are going on in life and in business that's the only way I can survive. I would be going crazy, you know, like yesterday, literally my ego took over, you know, and I had to check myself. But if I wasn't meditating, I wouldn't even recognize when ego is there. And I just think this is just me, right? This is just me. And there's nothing wrong with this behavior, this thought process. Right? So meditation really helps us to stay grounded. It helps us to be at peace, and not just from like an emotional and mental standpoint. Like it helps us be there physically too. Like meditation is scientifically known to help us heal, you know? So definitely not just you, my beautiful aunt, everyone that's on, if you are not meditating regularly, even if you just take 5 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, you'll really see the difference. You'll see the difference. Let's see. Shannon said, I'm volunteering today. So amazing. And that's another way too. The more we give, right? The more we give, the more beautiful life is. Like when we just give without expecting anything, or we just give, of our time and our energy, right? We get blessings upon blessings. And the one thing that I always say is, it's nice when someone in this 3D world blesses you, but when you give, even if you don't get any appreciation, even if you don't get anything in return from anyone in this 3D, it's so important for us to understand now that our blessings don't come from here. Our blessings don't come from here. Sometimes the divine may use a person, place, or thing from here to bless you, but even then, your blessings aren't coming from there. Now, don't get this statement twisted and feel like if you are serving, right? Like I have dedicated my life to serving, living my purpose. So in exchange of energy, as a result of what I do, I get paid to do what I do, right? But there's so many times when I serve and I'm not receiving a energy of money payment, I'm receiving a different kind of energetic payment. Right? So don't think that if you're someone that's serving and you're living in your purpose, that means that you're to serve for free, because that's not what it means. Spirit has already said it's okay to serve and your form of energy be payment. So don't get that twisted. I know a lot of people that serve. There are a lot of people that feel like, well, this is a gift and I'm just going to give it away. And then they work other jobs and they do the serving for free. And that's okay. But if you're someone that doesn't align with that, please know there's nothing wrong with it. So let's see what you all are saying. Diamond said, I'm excited to burn the list tonight. I was too emotional to do it last night. It's time to let go. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And as you see it burn, just visualize as it's burning, the ash and the smoke, that's all of what was on that list just dissipating. It's leaving, and just choose to let it leave now. And I would recommend calling on Goddess Callie to also assist you with just letting it go. Letting it go. Tia Lynn said, I was just talking with Diamond yesterday about letting go, opening my arms to drop what I'm carrying to receive blessings. So amazing, because we really don't even know how much we hold on to. We really don't. We don't really realize how much we hold on to until we look down and we're like, I'm going to share a funny story with you. So my boobs are pretty big, and I'm always talking about boobs, right? But anyways, my breasts are pretty big. So my ex-husband, one day I was like, just hold them, just lift them up. Because, with my injury, my back and my neck and all that stuff would bother me. So he's just holding them up, right? And I'm standing there like, oh, this is what it feels like to be a boy. This is what it feels like to have little boobs or no boobs. And it took so much pressure off, right? That I really didn't realize how heavy they were until I wasn't carrying them. And that's how it is with hangups. We don't realize how heavy they are until we're no longer carrying them. Then we feel so light and free, and we're like, oh my goodness. I mean, I'm not going to put my boobs down, but it would be nice to have somebody behind me just carrying them all day long. So, so let's see. I'm going to pull a card. Hi, my beautiful Aunt Rachel. I'm glad you're on. That one got a 4 knot. Yes, Cheryl said you have to know what's right for you. And look at this. Surrendering your ego. Didn't I just tell you? So I'm going to share a story with you all. Okay, so I've talked to you all about, the abuse that I endured at the hands of my brother's father, right? And so one of the things that he used to do was he would say, oh, I had a dream and God told me you were doing this or you were doing that. And if I didn't admit to it, I would get beat, right? So as a result, I spent a lot of years admitting to things that I did not do. So whenever my integrity was questioned, that became a trigger for me, right? And it became such a trigger that there were times in my past I was ready to throw blows because you were questioning my integrity, right? And so right now I'm experiencing something where there's things that are being said and there's behaviors that are taking place. And so it falls in a line with triggering that part of my past. I was doing so good. And then yesterday, ego stepped in and I felt like, let me prove myself, right? Now, Spirit had already told me, either you're going to trust all the way Or you're not going to trust? What is it? You going to trust or not? Because those that know you and love you, they know you. They feel you. You don't have to know me. Just feel me, right? Let spirit guide, right? And spirit already spoke to me and I was good. But yesterday, ego kicked in. Boy, that ego is no friend. That ego will have you doing things, acting out of character, not listening to spirit, right? But the beautiful thing about ego is, or about healing and awakening is, when you see it, you can release it, right? And this is the other thing that I'm being guided to tell you. When we find ourselves in the clutches of ego, and then you recognize it, don't beat yourself up. Why? Because you are the divine having a human experience. And ego is a part of this human experience, right? It's a part of the human experience. So it's also important for us to look at everything we're experiencing as a mirror. Everything, the things that hurt, the things that feel good, the things that are beautiful, the things that are ugly, it's all showing us something within us, right? Something within us that spirit is saying, here, let's shine this light here. Now, it may not be anything of what that person, that place, or that situation is presenting, but the feelings you feel as a result of it is the flashlight, right? That's the flashlight. The feelings you feel as a result of it. So pay attention. And this message is for me too. So it says, cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. So amazing. So amazing. I love when spirit shows up and shows out. Okay, so as I'm holding that card, I'm also being told, and look at the moon. We're still in that full moon energy. So if you haven't done releasing, do it. But I'm also being told to tell you, focusing on the throat chakra in regards to speaking your truth, right? Now, here's the thing. When we hear speak your truth, we've been getting the message of, writing books and telling our stories, or standing on a platform, or just saying what we feel and not saying what others would like to hear, right? But what spirit is saying is that is true. But today, the speaking your truth comes in the form of your true nature, your true self. You are the divine having a human experience. So act as if you are the divine having a human experience, right? Don't act so human that you forget your inner divinity. So if you're coming from a place of your inner divinity, what is your truth from there, right? Speak that truth. Speak that truth. Sometimes that truth is just being silent, right? And speaking to the divine, speaking to your guides and your angels, right? And sometimes it's being able to say, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for every experience in my life, right? So let's see what you all are saying. Alice Clarity said, yes. And Diamond said, Diamond did say, hi, Rachel. And then Dynelle said, ego is an opportunity for growth and release. Yes, it is. It is, right? Because you know what? When you heal and you release certain things, you don't realize that there's still residue there, or there's still more healing that has to take place until your ego steps in. But the blessing is being healed enough to be aware enough to know when ego is stepping in. And ego isn't a bad thing, right? When we think about it in that sense, if ego is shining a light on the areas that we can heal, the areas we can focus on, the areas we can release, then what is ego really doing? It's really helping us to elevate and grow and be the best version of ourselves. And this is why it's important to not beat ourselves up when ego rears its ugly head. Ego has the face only a mother can love, right? So yes, it's important. And that's something I struggled with for years. When I felt like I acted out of what I know to be the best way of acting, right? Or the way that serves my highest good, I had a tendency to beat myself up, or I should have said this. I could have said this. I would have said this if I had time to think about, right? All that woulda, coulda, shoulda, that's lack, right? It's lack. So now it's just everything happens as it's called to. And ego is a part of being human. What are you showing me? Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. Now your services are no longer required, right? So let's see. Alice said, freedom. Yes, yes, yes. Cheryl said, you are the divine. We are the divine. Having a human experience is an eye opener. It really is. And you know, we get so disconnected from that we see ourselves as just mere mortals, right? But after this meat suit dies, we still are a soul. We still have a spirit. We still continue on. You know, when my brother's father died, I just said, you know, I mean, I don't feel anything. I don't feel sadness. I don't feel happiness. I just feel like, wow, the end of a cycle. Spirit said this was the end of a cycle. It's really the end of a cycle for me. And I just said, may his soul do better next time. Now, he came to me after he passed away and said he was sorry. And I told him, okay, I forgive you. Now leave me alone. Just like, I forgive you, now leave me alone. And he attempted to come back and I'm like, I forgive you, now leave me alone. I am not open to receiving messages from you. And here's the other thing. I'm glad Spirit is reminding me, because that was a message as well that Spirit told me to share. We talk about free will, right? Just because I forgive him and I'm praying that his soul does better next time doesn't mean that I have to be the medium that receives his messages. I don't have to tune into his channel. It's like a radio. I can turn it to another station, right? So when we're serving, we have that free will to decide, right? It doesn't necessarily mean we just lay down and accept every energy and entity that comes to us because we're servants of the light. No, we still have free will. We still have free will. So let's see what you all are saying. Dynelle says, surrender has been my theme this past cycle. Yes, yes. You know, just saying that, just releasing. You know, I really feel like Spirit's got some really amazing things brewing right now. And it's not just about me. It's about you guys too. Like some of you, like those of you that are in REM, I get a up close and personal look at all of what you're releasing and shifting. So I know that there's amazing things brewing for you, but I feel like it's as a collective, and the way that we allow ourselves to receive whatever it is Spirit has brewing, all this goodness. You know how when your grandmother used to cook a delicious meal on the holidays and you could smell it? It smelled so good. You could almost taste it and you were so excited. You couldn't wait. And maybe you got to go in and lick the frosting off the spoon, or lick the cake mix out of the bowl. You know what I mean? And it was like, ooh, this is what's coming. That's what I feel where we're at right now. It's like one of those things, you know? And maybe she may tell you to sit your behind down or go outside and play while she finishes up this meal, and you just surrender and you just do what you're told. And then afterwards, once you did what you were told, you spent the rest of your day enjoying the family, enjoying the meal, right? Enjoying your toys if it was Christmas, right? As opposed to being on punishment somewhere, learning your lesson just because you did what you were told, right? And that's kind of what I feel is going on with us when it comes to Spirit. So let's see. Alapta said, hey, Tia Lynn, I was driving. And Pat said, greetings, divine. That message about serving with humility really resonates with me. I'm so grateful. So grateful. Hi, Phyllis. Thank you for being here. Portia said this message of releasing is right on time. I'm grateful. Phyllis said, so true, sis. Exactly. Thank you so much for that. I needed that. Well, it serves your highest good. It serves your highest good. Cancel, delete the need. It's lack. Only Diamonds, which is Michaela, said, I'm glad you mentioned about free will, Miss Nahkila. Yes, because, you know, oftentimes we believe that being a servant of the light means that we don't have free will. And we do. I mean, just like I choose to exercise my free will, and I choose to do whatever Spirit guides me to do. Doesn't matter who it involves, doesn't matter what it is, because I know without a shadow of doubt, with unwavering faith, that by doing so, Spirit has my best interest at heart. You know, Spirit is like the mother, the father, the grandparents of, I have your best interest at heart. So Spirit is never going to guide me down a path that is going to hurt me or harm me in any way. And Spirit has a bird's eye view of everything. So where we may not see it or understand it, all we're to see and understand is that if you follow that guidance, you won't go wrong, but you still have free will, because maybe your soul is saying, you got a lesson over here. So although you're getting this prompting, like we often get in situations, you're ignoring it because guess what? Your soul came here to grow, to learn, to evolve, to shift the collective consciousness. And in order for us to serve, we're called to have experiences that are aligned with the experiences that those we're called to serve are experiencing. So there's beauty in it all. There's beauty in it all. So yeah. Let's see. Pat says surrender is the thing for me right now. Angelina, hi, welcome. I believe you may be. Do you go to my mom's gym? Angelina said, hello, I'm struggling with releasing something I want, but have been having a hard time letting go. It sent me into a whirlwind. I can't find spirit amongst the fog. So first, I'd like to encourage you to cancel, delete the want, right? I always say this to everyone when you guys are using lack, because when we say I need or I want, what we're doing is we're declaring that, and spirit is giving us more need and want. So we'll always feel like we're wanting or we're needing, right? So I like to encourage you, all of you that haven't already, to check the link in the description box and download the free interactive ebook, Everything Starts With Remembering, because there's a lack language versus abundance language list, and it will help you replace that lack with abundance. So as you're speaking, you manifest, and when you're speaking abundance, you're manifesting abundance. Now, in regards to what you just said, what I'm being led to tell you is be still. Be still. It brings me back to when I went to Atlanta to support a friend at a conference, and it said rain and 72 degrees, 71 degrees. I'm thinking, rain, it's 70-something degrees. How bad can it be? On the way back in the dark on that freeway in the rain, I literally could not see anything. And I described it to my mom as like fog, like the worst fog. I couldn't see anything, not even in front of me. At least in the Bay Area, I remember fog, you could at least see a little bit of, I couldn't see nothing. And you know what I did? Right on the freeway, I stopped and I was still. And when I was still, I said, okay, spirit, literally out loud. Okay, spirit, I've got too much work to do. If you like me to do it, get me home alive, clear this up, right? And then I was still, right? And so when we can do that, when we're in the midst of the fog and we can stop and be still, then spirit can speak, spirit can guide us, spirit can show us, right? But it requires us first. The first step is for us to be still, for us to be still. Because even when we're seeking assistance or aid from someone or something, in order for us to know if that someone or something is for us, we've got to be still. We can think it's for us, we can believe it's for us, but the only way we know it's for us if spirit says, this is for you, right? So be still, be still. And my Aunt Linda said, your energy has been helping me and healing and surrendering what's important in my life. I'm so grateful. That's that thing we say when we heal ourselves. We heal 7 generations before and after us. And typically when I thought of that statement, I thought it was like our parents, our grandparents in the 7 generations before, our children's children, the 7 generations after. But what spirit has been showing me is it's not just, ooh, look at that from the bottom too. Okay, that one too. Okay. It's not just that part of our lineage. It also extends out. So like my beautiful Aunt Linda joins us. My beautiful Aunt Rachel joins us. My beautiful Aunt Mary periodically joins us, right? My mom joins us. Well, she was included already. And what I knew was that, right? But as they're evolving and growing and surrendering and healing and awakening deeper, they're sharing what they're learning and experience with their seeds and their offsprings. And it's just like this beautiful flower that opens, right? It opens. And then these cycles, and for some of us, generational curses are broken, and it starts with us. So yeah. Okay, so the first card we got is surrender to setting limits. And Angelina, I'm so glad that you joined us. Thank you so much. And it says, it is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs, and let's cancel, delete needs. Practice expressing what serves your highest good, or what you require. And remember that no is a complete sentence. In this card, she's not even saying no. She's just energetically putting that stop sign up. Remember when, you guys remember when that was popular? Remember? Do you remember? See, so Spirit is saying just, put the stop sign up sometimes. Like, check in first. Check in. And that stillness, we get acclimated with our energy. Sometimes we're so used to saying yes, it's just habit. Yes, 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 I'll do it. Yes, yes, yes. Even if we are now starting to understand that it's okay to put us first. In fact, it's encouraged that we put us first. Because think about it. If you're not putting yourself first, those that are looking up to you, whether it's your children, your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews, your siblings, or those that you're called to serve, right? If you're not putting you first, what example are you showing them? And what comes from not putting you first? What comes from ignoring those promptings of your soul and saying yes because you believe by saying yes, you're showing them how much you love them? What you're showing those that look up to you, those you're called to serve, is how to not love themselves, right? It's doing the exact opposite. So by setting these boundaries, by surrendering to your boundaries and allowing your soul to prompt you on when it's a yes and when it's a no, what you're teaching them is self-love. And without self-love, there's no other love. You can't love someone when you don't love self, right? Think about it. As parents that at one point didn't love ourselves, those of us that can relate, what types of things that we allow in our lives that affected our children, right? We've always loved our children, and we may have been oblivious to how they were suffering, but it all was because we didn't love self, and we couldn't see beyond our pain. We thought, I love you, right? I love you. You know I love you. You feel I love you. But the damage was being done. And then as a result, the cycle continues. Now they don't know how to love themselves, and so what are they doing? Teaching the next generation. When you don't love you, you can't love anyone else. You can't. You don't know what love is until you first love self. And it starts with setting boundaries and limits. So let's see. We also got, hey, Denise, I'm so glad you are here. Please be sure to watch it over if you're led to do so, because there's some powerful messages that came through. So let's see. It says, surrender negative thinking. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say, thank you for sharing, and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. So here's the thing. I call it the bait and switch method, right? So what this means is, if there is a negative thought or a low vibrating thought that pops into your head, or some stinking thinking that you start saying to yourself, ask yourself, what would you rather have? What would you rather experience? How would you rather feel, right? And when it comes into your head, the same way you cancel, delete that lack language, cancel, delete it, you may actually pop yourself on the head, because when you get popped, you remember, right? Oh, shoot, I don't pop me again, even if you're popping yourself. Cancel, delete it, and then switch it with the thought that's high vibrating, the thought that's abundant, the thought that is what you would rather have, right? And you keep doing that until it becomes second nature, And then next thing you know, your automatic go-to thought process is high vibrating, right? And the more you vibrate higher, the more high vibrating experiences you have. And the more high vibrating experiences you have, the easier it is for you to believe that what you receive in life are high vibrating experiences, opportunities, friendships, relationships, right? So start there. Now we also got surrender to drama. And it says, no matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. Now, this message is really powerful for me too. Now, let me just tell you, all the messages that I give to you are for me too. But this one is really hitting home. So, what's the message here? I just heard, allow yourself to be free and clear of energetic debt. Allow yourself to be free and clear of energetic debt. You know what? You get to choose. Am I choosing to let drama affect me and take over my life? Or am I choosing to be debt-free as it relates to drama? What feeling does drama create within you when you allow it into your world, right? Right? A person's perception is their reality. It's their reality, but it doesn't have to be yours. What is your perception of your life? What is your perception of your situation? What is your perception of your motives? What is your truth? Stand firm in your truth and allow whomever or whatever to have their version of reality. They're entitled, but you don't have to accept drama into your life and into your world or into your energy. You got too much work to do, too much work to do, too many blessings to catch. So don't hold in your hand drama, because if your hands are holding drama, your hands can't catch the blessings. Okay, so let's see what you all are saying. So Phyllis said, oh, that's on point for me. Pat said, I am so glad the message of self-love is trending. I hear so many people talking about it now. It's a global shift taking place. Yes, collectively we're shifting. Collectively, we're being called to shift. And the reality of it is so many times, in my past, I've had people say, I love you. I love you. And I believe, again, a person's perception is their reality. So some people may love you the best way they know how, but an indication to me on whether or not you love me, or at least love me the way I deserve to be loved, the way I feel and receive love, is how well you love yourself. If you don't love you, I'm going to stay 100 feet, because if you don't love you, the way you love you is how you're going to love me. If you're neglecting you, you're going to neglect me. If you're not keeping your word to you, you're not going to keep your word to me. If you're inconsistent with you, you're going to be the same with me, right? Right? If you beat yourself up when something occurs, you're going to beat me up when something occurs. It could be literal. I mean, we'll be fighting, because I'm not going to just lay down and get beat up. You guys know what I'm saying, right? So yeah, that's a perfect indicator. When you're choosing any sort of relationship, pay attention to how they're treating themselves. That's an indication of what you're standing up against. It's not, we always thought, oh, when we think of relationships, oh, he's so good to his mom, or oh, she's such a good mother, or oh, right? Those are nice little markers, but the real marker is how they treat self. So let's see. Angelina said turmoil. Yes, that is definitely what it brings. For sure, for sure. Cheryl said we all have to start speaking more positive affirmations, y'all. Yes, it definitely serves our highest good. It's something that I used to be really intentional with, in the mirror with it, right? And then it got to the point where I'll just say it. But I'm feeling like going back to basics in the mirror, looking at ourselves every day. I'm feeling another 21-day challenge coming on, you guys. Like literally every morning, looking at yourself in the mirror and just speaking those positive affirmations to yourself, speaking that life to yourself. So when you wake up, before you start your day, if you got to go pee first, go pee first. But right after you pee and wash your hands, stand in that mirror and speak life into yourself. Life into yourself. And I encourage you to write your I am statements down so that you're consistently doing the same ones for 21 consecutive days at least. That's the length of time it takes for your unconscious mind to rewire itself. So if you like to shift that vibration, give yourself at least 21 days. Now, at the end of the 21 days, you can recycle the list and do the same ones. You can get rid of some, add some. You can do whatever you choose, but at least 21 consecutive days will shift your vibration, and you'll begin attracting situations, people, and things that are aligned to what you're declaring. Because whatever comes after the statement I am, the unconscious mind believes to be true. And so if the unconscious mind believes it to be true, guess what? It's true. Whether it's true in the now or you're in the midst of making it your now, it's true. So yeah. Diamond said, I'll do it. I'll do it too. I'm down. I heard Brandy, just want to be down. That's what I heard playing in my head. My mom said, I love your silliness, darling daughter. Thank you. I remember back in the day, it was annoying because it reminded you of my dad. I'm also a teaser. My happiest time is when I'm with someone and we're teasing each other. It's so fun. I get that from my dad. You know, some people tease, they can't stand to be teased. I love to be teased. Tease me. It makes me laugh. So let's see what our T message is. It says, love is where compassion prevails and kindness rules. Let me just hold that up so you guys can see it. Can you see it? You guys see that? That's our T message. And look, we're talking about love. It's so aligned, right? So aligned. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, look up 219, you guys, 219, angel number 219. Tia Lynn said, I'm here for this self-love challenge. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. And then you guys, you know what? We do these challenges, but what we don't do is come back and talk about what's going on. I know on RIM, you know, we report. But when we're here on YouTube, a lot of times, even in the United Light Beings Awakening group, we don't report back. So this time, let's do the challenge. Let's report back. It doesn't have to be at the end. It can be throughout. Let's hold space for one another. Let's talk about it. You know, that's what we're here for, to hold space, So utilize this community. Utilize it. Pat said, with regard to choosing our thoughts, I remember Dr. Louise Hay saying, the point of power is in the present moment. We always have a choice to change our thinking. We do. It's all about choices. We are always in control. There is nothing that happens to us that we don't control, period. Nothing. Think about it. For those of you, I was going to say for those of you that are in RIM, but I'm being led to say for those of you in general that are here right now today, I guarantee you were at a point in your life where you were ready for a shift. You were ready for a change, right? And you may have been talking to God. You may have been talking to the divine. You may have been talking to Jesus, whomever your highest source of power is. You may have been talking. You may have been expressing it. You may have told friends. You know, you may have just said it to yourself. I'm tired of life as it is, and I am ready. I'm ready to put these weights down, right? And then we connected, right? Or you connected with someone else that helped you to see a little bit clearer, help you to release some of the baggage to elevate a little bit higher, right? That's because you called that in. We didn't meet coincidentally, right? And not only did you call it in, but when I first chose to do this, I called you in. So everything that happens in our lives, it's of our doing. It's our doing. So if we can do something, we can also undo something. And this relates to whether it's high vibrating or low. Like if we're in the midst of a high vibrational state, we can undo that. We are the only ones who can. And if we're vibrating low and life just seems to be punching us every which way, guess what? We can undo that too. But it's time for us to heal. It's time for us to release so that we can tap into our power, our ability to do it. It's also time for us to be still so we know which way to go, so we know which way to turn. With all the billions of people in this world, everybody has an opinion, right? With all the things that are in the media, all the things that society pushes and feeds to us, right? How difficult is it to know which way to go with confidence? It's so tough. You make a decision, then you're doubting it. You make a choice, you're overthinking it, right? You're thinking about all the things that can go wrong because you don't really feel solid. You aren't really sure. You're not really convinced. You're kind of just doing it. You don't really know why. But when you get still, and when that guidance is coming from the divine, there's no doubt. There's no stress. There's no worry, right? It doesn't matter if every person in the world has an opinion that goes against the guidance you receive. You know, you may not understand it now. You may not see it now, but God got me, right? The divine's got me. Spirit's got me. Allah's got me. Jesus got me. Whoever your highest source of power is got me, right? So it's just about being still. Be still. So let's see. I think I skipped some things. Cheryl said, I'll do the challenge. Beautiful, beautiful. Pat said, count me in. Yes, awesome. Diamond said, I still have them posted on my mirror. I'll do a new set. Yes. And also with you, perfect timing, with you doing the list of what you're releasing, what's the opposite of that? You may choose to put some of the opposites of what you're releasing on there. So as you're releasing, you're now sealing the deal, solidifying it with those I ams that are aligned with what you're choosing to replace what you're releasing with. So let's see. Diamond said, mine says, live light, travel light, spread the light, be the light. Ooh, isn't that right on time? Amazing. And you know what's so funny is the deeper I get into my journey, simplicity is more appealing. You know, I can't tell you how much I released when I moved. I mean, physical stuff, you know, how much I released when I moved. It's just at some point, those things just aren't as important, right? They just aren't as important. Because when we understand that we're light, underneath it all, we're stars and glitter and all that light stuff, right? These material things, yeah, they're nice, you know, but I don't really have nothing to say except but and do this face. You know, you guys know what that feels, but, you know, that's what it becomes. Also understanding everything is energy. You know, there was a part of me, I had these pillows that I used to have on my couch, right? And I got them from Pier 1 Imports, and they were $29.95 a pillow. And, you know, I spent so much money on these pillows that went on my couch. So because of that, no one could sit on the pillow. They were decorations. So when people came over, I let them sit there so they look pretty when they walked in. But before they sat down, I move them. You know, I mean, how ridiculous is that? That's being in lack, right? That's not feeling like it's all just energy and life is to be enjoyed, you know? And if I chose to spend $29, almost $30 on some pillows, I can't spend the money at the time I was spending because I wasn't circulating yet. I can't spend the money and then be in lack because I feel like that's so expensive, right? But now that we're circulating energy, whether it's money energy, whether it's love energy, whatever it is, it allows us to give freely. It allows us to move freely. It allows us to be free because we're no longer in lack. We know that I'm choosing to circulate. If I give you love, you know what? You don't have to be the one to give back, but guess what? That love circulates back. If I release the energy of money, I'm circulating, and every amount of money that I circulate comes back to me multiplied tenfolds or more. Now it becomes this beautiful flow of I don't give a, right? I'm not stressed. So that's where we are being called to be. So just flow, travel light, live light, be light. Cheryl said, I'll do the challenge. Yes. I think I read that already. Angelina said, Lady Love, the divine brought me to you. This is what I needed. Thank you. And it serves your highest good. I'm so grateful that you are a part of our community. I'm so grateful to have you. Michaela said, 219 is asking you to focus more on accomplishing your soul's mission and purpose. Also encourages you to focus on your work and career. Beautiful message. Thank you so much, Michaela. Alice said, you are the light. You all are the light. And if you guys have not followed or subscribed to Alice or Diamond, she's on here as Isis LLC. Please do so. Please do so. Alice said, beautiful message, sister. Thank you for your service. You're so welcome. Thank you for yours too. Thank you. Tia Lynn said, absolutely, Nahkila. This is how I literally connect with you and Rem. So many opportunities to choose what we are ready for. Yes. And then also, I'm so grateful that you listen to Spirit and you allow Spirit to guide you and you said yes to Rem. Because here's the other thing. There's so many light workers serving. But every light worker that's serving may not be the light worker for you. So this is why whenever I present something to you, I tell you to meditate. I tell you to get clarity from the divine. Now, there's been times where I've told someone, let me meditate, and then Spirit will say, do it. And I don't even have to meditate. It's like, oh, I just got a yes. So it's a yes, right? Unless you're receiving that and you know Spirit is saying yes, when you get the yes, immediate action, because your unconscious will talk you out of it. Your unconscious is comfortable. There's comfort in the discomfort, right? But if you're not getting that immediate yes, you go within and you meditate and you allow Spirit to guide you, because I may not be the one for you. It may be Diamond, Isis LLC. It may be Alice, you know, it may be someone else, and that's okay. right? But you won't know if it's me or them or someone else until spirit tells you. And then when you get that yes from spirit, if it is me, it's on and popping. We about to do some serious rolling up our sleeves, releasing and bringing out the best version of you, the person you came here to be. You about to reconnect with your soul on a level you might not have even known was possible. But if I'm not the one for you, then we won't be able to reach that deep level of release, that deep level of healing. So you get the point. Everything that we do allows spirit to be our guide, and we will not be led astray. We will not be steered wrong, right? And I use the term wrong loosely. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Diamond said, thank you, Alice. So are you. We all are. My beautiful Aunt Linda said, yes, ma'am, you're so right. I'm keeping my hands open for my blessings. And so it is. Pat said, yes, so true. I was looking for something different. See, I mean, it is. You know, I know when I was on my journey and I was seeking and meditating and I was asking the divine to guide me and tell me what my purpose was, I got the answer. And then as soon as I got the answer, I took action and everything just started to unfold. Because I was tired of being sick and tired. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I was choosing to get back to me. And at the time, I didn't even realize the me that I was actually getting back to was on a soul level. I'm thinking just who I was before the depression, before the massive weight gain, before I was trapped in this energy of I'm only here because I have children. You know what I mean? That energy of hopelessness, feeling like I'm not living life. I'm barely surviving. I'm literally just here, right? I didn't know that I wasn't going to not only reconnect with my old self so I could heal her, I was going to reconnect with myself on a soul level. But I was seeking. And when we're seeking, spirit shows up. Spirit shows up. So, Lady Love, my beautiful mother said the divine brought us together. I'm grateful for you. That was so sweet of you to get up at 5 a.m. and open the gym for me. My beautiful Aunt Linda said, I'll do it. And Angelina said, I need to open my ears better. Lady Love said, we can do it together, darling sister. Cheryl said, you are so humble, Nahkila. Thank you so much, Cheryl. You know, it's so funny because when I first started this work and I first started uncovering my gifts, I was actually kind of afraid to not be humble. So as a result, I began dimming myself in a different way. And I shared this with you guys before in a video where I had 2 bamboo plants, right? And one of the plants was green, it was bigger, it was thriving. The other one was smaller and a little wimpy looking, you know. And what ended up happening was the one that appeared to be the healthiest lost a leaf. And as that leaf fell, Spirit said, this is a representation of you, right? To the eyes of the public, when comparing you to other options, at that time, some people were choosing the big names, right? Because they felt, oh, it's a big name. Oh, it's super expensive. Gotta be better, right? Nothing wrong with that. But this was my lesson. Spirit said, that's how they see you, as the weak, the less effective, right? And look at the one that's losing leaves. It's the one that is perceived as being more powerful and stronger. But the reason they perceive you that way is because that's how you present. And Spirit said, you don't have to worry about not being humble because you are humble. But it's time for you to show up as the powerful being that you are, right? Stop dimming your shine, right? And what I realized the other day, I realized that dimming our shine, a lot of us as light workers, we've been doing it for so long that even when we step into our light, we still dim it sometimes to not make other people uncomfortable, right? Or a lot of us can feel the energy around us. So when we walk in a room, we feel what people are feeling before they get to know us, and it makes us shut down, which is us dimming instead of shining in a way that is humble and allowing them to see us, right? Now, we're not doing anything but a disservice to them and us when we do that. We go into this shell. Well, I'm just going to sit over here. I'm not going to speak up because, you know, now they sitting there confused. They don't know us. They just know they feel something and they're not sure what it is. And Spirit is saying shine. So I'm being told, I'm being led to share that whole message because some of us may be that smaller, stronger plant that the world doesn't see And it's time for us to shine. It's time for us to shine. So let's see what you guys are saying. Angelina said, dimming our light to meet the needs of others. Yes, it's so true. And this is the thing. You know, I just saw Dr. Sleep last night. Ah! Okay, wait. I'm going to pick these up. I apologize for screaming, you guys, but I did. You guys see what just happened? I just knocked all of that over on me. Okay, so listen. As you say that, look, this is the card that fell on the floor that I was told was not for us at the time. But now I was told, pick it up. It says, surrender to the idea you can fix someone, right? And it says, it's time for a relationship to shift. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. So aligned with what was just said, because oftentimes, you know, when we do that, when we dim our light and we're doing that to make others feel comfortable, what we're attempting to do is fix that part of them that feels uncomfortable for us just being us, right? That's not our job. Our job is to do what we came here to do. And we've all heard that cliche saying that you don't fit in because you were meant to stand out. We've also heard the sun don't dim, it shine. Put on shades if it's too bright, right? We've heard it. But now it's time for us to not just hear it, but to take those little cliche memes that we see to heart, because it's so true. But look how amazing Spirit is. I'm also being told that in order for us to get to that point, there's more heart healing for us to do. So the next time you're in a situation like that, allow yourself to tap into where it comes from. So I'm gonna tell you, this last event I went to, when I walked into the room, I could feel those feelings. You know, I felt those feelings. And there were times when there were things being said and I had information or I had something to say and I just sat there, right? And so whenever I go to anything, I go with the intention to learn. It doesn't matter where I am on my journey, I go with the intention to learn. So what I learned was I was able to evaluate self. And what Spirit was saying to me, another thing is oftentimes people may not bring as much to the table, but they may be further in their service because of the fact that they market themselves better. You have a tendency to just be still in that corner and not really speak up, right? And so Spirit was showing me why I do that. And Spirit was showing me that this is a part of why you're not serving on a grander scale. So I learned a part of me that I didn't realize. Right? I knew I used to dim and why. I didn't realize I was still doing it. Spirit showed me. And then this was the other card that was on the floor. Surrender to play. It says, take a break from overthinking a goal, do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. Let's just all tap into our inner child on a regular basis. And let's just play a little more. We can be responsible and play. I'm real responsible. I play all the time. Also, I'm being told to tell you that by surrendering to play, you're tapping into your inner child. You're tapping into your inner child and you are empowering yourself. Children are so powerful. So powerful. Notice how they tell you the truth regardless. There's power in truth. You know? So yeah. So let's see what y'all are saying. Oh, thank you so much, Cheryl. I am too. I'm really, and I'm glad you all showed up. Angelina said, I tend to shut myself off to avoid other energies. I tend to shut myself off. Okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, listen, Angelina, that same comment came through 7 times, which marks that it is a time of completion, the time of you shutting yourself off at all. It is done. Choose to let it be done. Now, I will tell you in regards to avoiding others' energies, like when I'm in the airport or when I'm in public places, you know, I tend to hum. You know, I hum and I kind of sway and I just hum like a happy tune and I just kind of sway. It allows me to disconnect from feeling the energy of others, right? Also, protecting the auric field, strengthening. Mom, can you show Angelina how to do that the next time you're at the gym or the next time you guys connect? You know, doing that at the start of your day helps with that. But in regards to shut yourself off, That has ended. That has ended. Like, I know that that's a glitch that it posted 7 times. I know you did not post that 7 times, but that is how many times it came up. We also have 11 people on and there are 7 likes, right? So as we see that number 11, what Spirit is saying is you are in control of what you receive, how you show up, how the world shows up for you. So when you think in regards of taking on others' energy, just start setting the intention that I am protected, I am shielded, and I only take on the energy that I choose, right? And again, that 7 is letting you know it's done. That time is done. Dynelle said, I am dating. And it has been interesting in regards to dimming, as in receive messages and notice things that others may not. Spirit orbs, etc. I get questioned, what are you thinking? Like I was deep. Danielle, you do tend to have these looks on your face. They're really peaceful, but you can see when you are either connecting, receiving, or in deep connecting and receiving. I'm not even going to say thought, because oftentimes you're not even thinking, you're just connecting. So I can see why that question was asked. And, here's the thing. I often say how we will do background checks on people, like when my second ex-husband and I started dating, my sister was like, would you like me to do a background check? And I was like, no, because there were some things on his background that I would rather her not know. I knew, but I'd rather her not know so I could avoid judgment, But anyways, it's like, we'll do those kind of background checks, but how often do we do a spiritual background check? Like when we check in with the divine, with the true openness, right, to receive the truth. How many times do we fail to do that? Like, do it with everybody. I told you before, even do it with me. Check in, do a spiritual background check, because I have nothing to hide. If you check in with Spirit, Spirit's going to tell you, oh, A-okay, right? Do it with everyone you encounter. Just do a spiritual background check. Do a spiritual background check, especially as you're dating. If those things come up and Spirit is giving you some things, and this isn't just for Dynelle, because I know Dynelle will do this, but this is for all of us. Like, just, again, let your commitment to following the guidance you receive from Spirit be stronger than your human hangups. Whether that human hangup is loneliness, whether that human hangup is I like going on dates to get free meals, whatever it is, just the Spirit says, you see that red flag right there? He wearing it like he a blood. Like, surrender, wave your white flag and just be done, So, yeah. Dynelle said, in thought, learning to embrace my gift and release, looking crazy, LOL. Yes. Because what I find is oftentimes we feel like, oh, I look crazy. I was even saying it, I was spending time with my twin flame and I was saying like, I know this might sound crazy and I know this. And what he said to me was not crazy. How about maybe just different? Right. And I was like, oh, okay, that's a good way. And also what I've been learning is to stop saying things like, I know this may sound crazy, because now what I'm doing is I'm creating that I sound crazy, right? We say things so much that we don't realize that we're saying. Like, for instance, I would say things like, I love love, but I don't love being in love because it disempowers me. It reduces me to my most human self. Like, I kept saying this repetitively as it related to love. Why? Because I feel vulnerable, and no one enjoys feeling vulnerable, right? So then I noticed I was still able to connect and tap in when it comes to you all, but I noticed when it came to self, that clarity, I didn't even trust what I was getting. Like, okay, is it? That's how it was. I can't even formulate what is it. I can't even say what I'm asking, what it is. I just knew that I didn't know, and I was disempowered. Why? Because I was saying it. I was claiming it. And then Spirit said, you realize you're disempowering yourself, right? All the answers are within you. You can't show up for them and not show up for yourself in the same way. If you can give them the clarity, then you can give it to yourself. You were doing it before, but stop disempowering yourself through your words. Oh, how many times have I said that to you? Some things we say it as an expression of how we're feeling, not realizing we're just solidifying it and creating more of it, So it's crazy. No, it's not crazy. It's crazy in a good way. So let's see. Angelina said, right, I will retract myself to protect my energy. Yes. Also, the other thing I often share is, okay, guys, so I'm wearing pajamas again. It's better than panties, because you guys know usually I'll have panties on. But when someone is talking to you, you can simply cover your solar plexus. You can just, cover your solar plexus and just protect your solar plexus, which is your energy source. I do it automatically. Like sometimes I sit like this. Sometimes I just find myself standing like this. When I was younger, I used to do it because I was insecure and thought I was fat, but I wasn't. Now I do it because I'm actually protecting my power source. It's a great form of protection when people are talking to you and kind of dumping on you. So let's see. Diamond said the time of her message equals 10. Awesome. Angelina said downloaded Disney Plus and watch cartoons while I was getting ready for work this morning. LOL. That's amazing. Yes, amazing. I keep saying an 80s like slumber party would be amazing. And I know it's going to happen because I said it way too many times. But like, you guys remember Jam and the Holograms? Jam is truly outrageous, truly true. That was my cartoon. I used to love Jam and so many others. But you guys remember Punky Brewster? That was my favorite. I used to wear, I went to private school, right? So we didn't have much individuality with our uniform. So I used to have, you guys remember Deodoras? I had a green pair and a red pair. And I used to wear like one green and one red. But yeah. The 80s were the best. I believe those of us that I was born in 77, but those of us that grew up in that era, I believe we had the best cartoons, the best toys, and just sitting around with snacks, popcorn, and vegging out on, old school shows and cartoons. Just sounds like a good time to me. So let's see. Diamond said completion of a cycle. Yes. Angelina said it was giving me error messages while sending. LOL. And see, even in error, look at spirit. Look at spirit, you guys. Look at that. It was giving you error messages when sending, right? And what were we talking about? Sometimes, right, we experience things. We have lessons to learn, right? But even in those lessons, there's a blessing. There's a message. So you kept getting error 7 times. And then you got your message. Spirit is like, let me really drive it home in case you didn't get it the first time. So grateful. So grateful. Pat said, OMG, that really resonates with me. I haven't played or have fun in a long time. I'm too serious. Got to get out of my head. And Cheryl said, we must exercise prudence in our choice of words. Yes, yes, yes. And you know what? Let me tell you. So with my ex-husband and I, we would go out to eat, and I'd be like, skip with me, and he wouldn't. I would be skipping down the street. Like I'm telling you, like me and my inner child, that little Nahkila, that's my homegirl. That's my best friend. We have so much fun together, and periodically we find another soul that's tapped into their inner child, and we be having play dates. Like my twin and I, we're not in a relationship, but we see each other and we just, our inner child, oh my goodness, it's like the best play date ever, So yeah, it's important. So important. It keeps our spirit and our soul youthful. And also it keeps our physical self youthful. The more we're tapped in, the more youthful we appear. Our health, our skin, our bodies, it's amazing. Amazing. So let's see. We are at 2:47. So now I am going to begin offering the mini readings. So the mini readings are $20. You can either ask a single question or you can ask for a general where I'll give you whatever I receive from Spirit. If you have Cashapp, I'd say use that first. And I just shared the Cashapp. What do you guys call it? Is it called a handle? I shared that. So, but if you don't, you can use PayPal. And so let me know, though, if you're interested in the mini reading, because if you are, I'll wait. I know sometimes it's delayed, so let me know. And then after you pay, go ahead and put your question in the comments or the fact that you like a general. But yes, and I'm going to pull another card from here. Okay, no. So I'm going to pull from here. Okay. I'm going to pull from here. Another card for us as a collective. And thank you all so much for allowing me to serve you in just all 3. Oh, they're being real funny today. Yes, Nahkila, all 3. Duh. It's not always all 3, you guys. That's why I asked. Oh, look. Okay, wait. Oh, and look, this equals 7. Oh my goodness, you guys. Look at this. Okay, right now there's 11 people on and we have 7 likes. Oh, look at Spirit. Look at Spirit. And we referenced that earlier, right? The message came through with those numbers, and Spirit is like, take heed yet again. 11 people are on with 7 likes. Now let's get the likes to 11 too. So if you haven't liked the video yet, please go ahead and do so. So look, our first card we got is fertility. And once again, we're in a fertile state. We got this before. I don't know. Did we get this in our REM Q&A the other day, or was it here? I just know this card came up in the recent past. But what Spirit is letting us know is we're literally standing on fertile ground. We are the fertile ground. Every inch of us is that fertile soil, right? What we're thinking, what we're believing, what we're doing, what we're seeing in our mind's eye, it's all right now at that point for us to reap what we have sown. You know, our harvest is coming in. And what Spirit is saying is to make sure that what you are producing is edible fruit and not rotten fruit. Make sure what you're producing is soul food and not junk food, right? Spirit is saying you are in total control, total control. See yourself as that fertile ground, that ground that just produces trees that have the best leaves, the best fruit, whatever your heart desires. If you think in terms of building or planting a garden, right? You choose what type of fruit or vegetables or plants you like to grow there. And Spirit is saying the same is true for your life. Your life is your garden. What are you planting? What are you planting? Whatever you're planting right now, you are right now in an energy of growth, production, expansion. So whatever you are planting is what's growing. And it doesn't matter if it's high vibrational or low vibrational. Everything you're planting, it's growing. So really be mindful of what you're planting, okay? Also, heart chakra is here, and it's also here. So again, there was some heart healing talk that came up. And I'm also being told to tell you to trust your wings. Trust your wings. Heart chakra healing is so necessary, so necessary. The stronger your heart, the stronger your solar plexus. So if you haven't healed it, it's time. And if you are looking for a support system, whether you're ready for one-on-one support or group support, check out the RIM group mentorship. If you're interested in that, let me know and I'll get the details to you. Now, we also got balance. We got balance. And so everything that we do, there has to be balance in order for us to thrive, right? It's also coming through that this balance speaks of embracing our dual self, right? And let's be clear, because it never hit me before. The message never came through before. But what Spirit is saying is, let's explain that, because when we talk about embracing our shadow self, it's not to say like go off and do a bunch of shadow stuff and be like, well, I'm just embracing my shadow self. You know, and now I'm gonna jump back over into the light and it's cool. That's not what that means. No. What that means is, you know, how we talked about ego may come up, right? Or before we realize that there was a better version of us that existed and we were living in that lower vibrating state. And when you're healing, you're called to revisit that place, to learn and to grow and to heal and release. And so what Spirit is saying is, by embracing your shadow self, what you're doing is you're not judging yourself. You're not beating yourself up. You're not being hard on yourself. You're just looking at it with the desire and the choice to understand, as opposed to judging or putting down, right? Because as long as you're human, even after you've healed, as long as you're human, you are going to have things that are connected to your shadow self pop up. Embrace it, because there's a lesson there. Embrace it. Right? That's what that means. That's what that means. As you embark upon your journey, your path, and your gifts, make sure that your okay, well, I'm going to say what was coming through. Your balance is clear, right? So balance is what was about to come through, but I also heard boundaries at the same time. So make sure that it's clear. So again, we talked about earlier, as it relates to even serving in spirit realm, you know, serving the spirit realm, you get to choose. So it's important. You guys know, always call on highest light and love only, because if you just open in portals, you can be opening yourself up to anything, right? And don't say not what you're not choosing. Don't even give it energy. Highest light and love only, right? Also having the choice to say yes and no. You have the choice to say yes and no to spirit when you're serving. You don't have to serve every time you're given an assignment. You know, think of yourself as a freelancer. You get to choose. You get to say, okay, I'm gonna take on this job, and no, thank you. I'd rather not. I'll pass. I'll pass. So let's see. Let me see what you all are saying. Oh, you're so welcome, Dinelle. Thank you for yours. Your inbox really, really warmed my heart the other day. So thank you. Dinelle said, thank you for your support and encouragement. And my beautiful Aunt Linda said, I'm standing in my kitchen completing things that needs to be done. And I'm smiling so hard. I feel so good. And I love my inner child. You know how I am. Well, let's cancel delete need. It don't need to be done. It just serves your highest good. But I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So, so grateful. And yes, embracing our inner child. I don't care if we're 9 or 99, embrace our inner child. If we're 99 and beyond, we probably have spent a lifetime embracing our inner child. And Cheryl said, these live streams are so good that the time passes by so fast. I'm so grateful, Cheryl. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am just grateful and honored to serve you guys. I love it too. I know. I'm like, what time is it? Oh, it is 2:55 and we got on at 1:30. So it doesn't look like anyone is interested in a mini reading. If you are, let me know. Now we have 9 on with 9 likes. So the message there is, again, that mirror, that reflection, right? Everything is a reflection, right? It's all a reflection. So just keep that in mind when you're dealing with people and experiences, So, okay. So do you happen to have Cashapp, Angelina? Because if so, let's see. It is $AshworthScott, Ashworth Scott. That's the Cash App handle. So you can put your 20 there, and then after you send your 20 there, then you can come back and ask your question, and then I'll pull cards. So the $20 mini readings take place here live. And then if you're interested in personal readings where it's private, I offer a 3-question recorded reading where you can ask 3 questions, and then I record it and send you a link protected YouTube video so that no one can see it but you and who you share it with. Or you can do a 30-minute or a 60-minute virtual face-to-face. So those are the options for private readings. But if you're open to having one done here live on the Empower Hour, then you can utilize this platform, and those are $20. Hi, Shamika, welcome. Shamika says, sending you love and light, everyone. Thank you so much. I receive it, and I am sending you the same. I'm going to do a quick check on Facebook. You know what I find? I find a lot of times the people on Facebook, they leave because they realize that we're not talking, So Fonda, are you still on? Let's see who all joined us on Facebook. We have Shamika Jones, Portia, Curtis, Diamond. Let's see. Pommy, Mama Brenda, Lala, Monica, Elise, Latoya, Isley, am I saying that correctly? Ashter, Kimberly, Denise, Danielle, Tanae, Charity, Jillian, Flower, Stephanie, and Gloria. I'm so glad that you all joined us on Facebook. So I'm going to tell you again that if you'd like to participate in the live chat where I see your comments, join us over on YouTube. You'll see the link here at the top of this live on Facebook. And make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on so when we're live, you'll get the notification, okay? There's also other amazing things that I get led to share on the channel. So definitely join us because I'd like you to chime in and have a conversation with us, but I appreciate you joining from Facebook too. So let's see. So I'm going to wait. And Angelina, you let me know if you're choosing to do the $20 mini reading here or if you're interested in more of a personal. But whatever you choose, let me know so I can wait. Look, now we got 10 people on, 10 likes. That mirror and also that ending of cycles and beginnings of new ones. Spirit's on a roll, boy. You know what? The other thing, you guys, I'm being led to burn a little Palo Santos. The other thing is when you have those experiences, right? When you have those experiences where you may have a growth spurt, right? Think about when we had growth spurts, how we get growing pains and physically we ache, right? Or we'd be kind of sad and down and not as active, right? When we have those growth spurts, after we come out of them, I find that our clarity is even stronger. You know what I mean? Like our clarity, it's even stronger, right? That's what I find. So there's beauty in everything. Like, it's like when that happens, like how spirit's just coming through with all the messages and stuff. And, you know, it's like, here's a message, there's a message. Everybody got a message, you know, that it seems to just be everywhere, you know? So yeah, it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Pull from the middle. Right there. Look what we got again. Driving it home. Driving it home. In the bottom. Now this came in upside down, and it's surrender denial. It says, accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decision. So this goes back, I'm being led to pull, you know, just pull some more messages while we're waiting for Angelina to get back to me. But basically, bring it back, because I was reading what Michaela said, and so I lost it. Bring it back. Okay, thank you. So basically, you know, when we were talking about how we will be guided and we'll know what to do based on what spirit tells us, but oftentimes we hang on. And so we didn't really talk about the other things that could be causing it. We talked about how fear could be the reason, but denial is another, you know, because, you know, I'll tell you, like in my first marriage, I started working at 15 and I left home at 16. And I was like, you know, that person that was pretty independent and, you know, and so when I got married, I made the choice to be a stay-at-home mom. And it was really difficult to not be working on the capacity of taking care of myself like I always had been. You know, I had businesses, yes, but it wasn't enough to sustain my lifestyle that I had become accustomed to. So there was a bit of fear there as to what life would be like once I left, right? So my second marriage, you know, there wasn't really anything that was brought to the table on a materialistic plane, right? For that relationship, I was more in denial. It was more like, you know, I can see the light within you because I can see the light in everybody. But I was in denial of accepting that it doesn't matter how much I see the light. If you don't see the light and you're not willing to bring it to the forefront, then I can't do anything with that, right? So we have those two scenarios that keep us in situations that spirit has said they've run their course or it doesn't serve us anymore. One is fear and one is denial. So it's important for us to surrender to both as spirit is guiding us. So, and Michaela said, who is spirit, or is the definition of spirit different for everybody? So when I'm referring to spirit, I'm referring to the divine, really. I'm referring to the divine. Now, the way spirit comes through, spirit will use ancestors, angels, ascended masters, wise ones, healers, teachers, you know, all of highest light and love. So just as we do the work of light here on earth in human form, there's an army of light soldiers, warriors, workers in spirit realm that is connected to the divine and that does the same, right? So it's all connected. And so when I'm referring to spirit, I'm actually referring to the divine, you know, that's what I'm referring to it as. But it can be different for everyone, because just because that's my definition of it doesn't mean that that's everyone's definition of it. Some spirits may not be of highest light and love. You know, it's always a good thing to ask and to check. And you'll notice that periodically when I'm shuffling, I will say out loud, you know, highest light, guides, angel, and I'll go through the list. But even when I don't say it out loud, I'm always saying it in here, because that's the only way to guarantee that I'm not opening myself up to receive guidance from any entities that are not of highest light and love. So, no, you post it here on the thread. And then when you post it, I will connect and give you what I receive. So, yeah. That was a great question, though, Michaela. I feel like, oftentimes we don't ask questions like that. And it's so important that we have that clarity, that we have that clarity. I don't know why, but I just heard, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Okay, so why did I just hear that? What's the message behind it? Okay, so first of all, the very first message I'm receiving is just inner child, tapping into the inner child. But there's also something behind the message itself. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would chuck wood? Wait, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck. I know it when I say that. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood, right? Okay, we say that as an inner child. But the message that's coming through from that is, what do you believe you can do, right? How much do you believe you can excel? How far do you believe you can grow, right? As much as you believe you can is as much as what you can do. Like if you believe you can go to the moon and back, guess what you're going to do? You're going to go to the moon and back. If you believe that you can just go to the blueness in the sky, that's where you're going to leave off. So aside from that being a message to tap into our inner child, Spirit is saying, listen to what that little quirky tongue twister is saying, right? It's telling you, you can do whatever you believe you can do. You are putting limitations on yourself through your belief. And this message comes through all the time. And Spirit is saying the reason why it's still coming through is it's time for you to expand your belief. Not just expand your consciousness, not just expand in your healing, but expand your belief. And as you heal, your belief will expand. Make a conscious decision to expand your belief. Again, you are the divine having a human experience. What is the divine capable of? You hold the essence of the divine, even in this human form. Everything that you choose, you can create, you can have, you can do. So you can also choose not to chuck the wood yourself. You could choose to hire somebody. And if you don't have the funds, you can manifest it. Okay, so let's see. Angelina said just a general for me, just a general reading on love for me. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go. I'll be right back, okay? I'm going to go grab a different deck for you. Whew. I got up and my inner thighs are like super sore. I was wondering why, and then I know why though. Okay. Okay. So from this one first. So the first thing that I heard, I always say when I hear a cliche, but I heard let go and let God. That was the first thing that I heard. I'm hearing you are capable of more. You deserve more. Over the bottom. Okay. I'm hearing it's time for you to release what's not serving you, but it starts with you. It's referring to you releasing baggage that you're holding on to, baggage that doesn't relate to a significant other or another individual at all. It's baggage that you carry from the past. In order for you to thrive in any loving relationship, you must release that. I'm hearing you have a tendency to fall prey to victims. People that tend to make themselves the victims all the time are very attracted to you. And the reason is because of your loving nature. Oftentimes, a victim would just like to be loved, heard, and understood. We'll find out what that message is for. Okay. We're going to tap in and see what that message was for. Now, of course, they're doing alarm checks. However, there's always a message in everything. Bring it back, please. Okay. By playing victim, they're disempowering themselves. They're creating chaos and confusion, right? But however, you attract those victims because there's a part of you that once felt like a victim. You understand them on a deeper level. This is where the healing comes from. Inner child healing, inner child work. So what I'm being told to tell you is that alarm that just went off is spirit letting you know it's time. And I'm hearing Beyonce's song, Ring the Alarm, but I'm hearing sound the alarm instead. Also, as I say that, what spirit is saying, it's time for you to sound your alarm, So number one, your time to awaken from this slumber that has you operating in this space that doesn't serve you, right? But then sounding your alarm, speaking up for what you feel, what you believe, what you know in your heart of hearts that you deserve. And it's back. I'm being told to tell you, release the need to always be right. Sometimes just sit in silence. And as I said, release the need the need to always be right. What spirit is saying, that's the perception. But in reality, it's just you seeking to be heard, feeling misunderstood quite often. It's kind of the story of your life. People see you, but they don't. People hear you, but they don't. I'm hearing people are often reading you and attempting to figure you out, and most can't. But that's just because they're not vibrating on the same frequency. So now what your soul is doing, that alarm has gone off, don't press snooze. It's time for you to accept the fact that your soul is now calling in souls and people that are on the same path, journey-wise, people that see you, that understand you, that get you, right? Now, as you begin to release these things that don't serve you, you'll notice that your relationships, not just loving relationships with you and significant others, but relationships all around will begin to shift. You'll notice that as you elevate your vibration through this healing, that you become a magnet and you begin to have options, where now it's a matter of spirit guiding you on which one to choose. And every one seems to be qualified. So it will require you paying really close attention to the guidance you receive. This is also an opportunity for you to tune up your antenna. Very much so psychic in your own right, very much so gifted. It's time to trust it and to tap in even more. How has love eluded you? Love has eluded you because you have not fully loved yourself the way you're called to love you. When you look at yourself in the mirror, do you see the divine staring back at you, or do you see your flaws? When you see your flaws, do you love them and embrace them? Do you see perfection? Do you see God's masterpiece, or do you see something else? And it's not always about a physical reflection. Sometimes, most times, it's internal. Your relationships are a reflection of you. Okay. Okay. So what I heard was, as you release, you will have a renewal of the vows that serve you. You will begin to understand what marriage means to you, not what the world says. And you'll get to choose current or new. Will you be stuck to or attached to a current situation? Or will you choose something new? What you're being called to do is to retreat. Now, as I put this down, it says this situation involves marriage. And I was told to say that to you. Now, what I'm being told to tell you as you retreat within, right? And you really get in touch with these things that have come up for you today. By retreating, you will be able to shine a light on the spaces within that you're being called to heal. And as I'm saying that, I'm feeling like an achy pain in my back, which indicates it's definitely past stuff. And it's like really achy. It's really achy. I feel it more on the left side of my back. And I just heard at some point you felt left behind. It's actually coming up. I'm feeling it a little bit in my neck and in my shoulder, like scapula. But is that my stuff or is that associated with the reading? No, being told it's the reading. So stop carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. Just retreat. What would happen if you just say, you know what? Throw your hands up. I'm focusing on me. 21 days, as you're doing the challenge, do that for 21. Focus on you. Doesn't say you're not going to show up for people, but it's just saying you're going to be really intentional and tuned in. Focus on you. Really connect with the divine. Focus on you. It's time for you to focus on you, healing you. Now, I'm also being told to tell you to give your relationship a chance. And it says work on your partnership. So what's the message here? I just heard work on your partnership with self because you tend to neglect yourself. So what I'm feeling is like certain things you're really on top of and you do for yourself, but it's like the internal stuff, lots of self-sacrifice, right? You tend to see yourself and others and you tend to do for them what you would have liked to be done for you. But now it's time for you to disconnect from that sentiment and simply do for you what you would have liked to have been done for you. Right now, love is not the focus, you are. But you have an opportunity to receive all the love you seek. Start first with self. And I'm being told to pull from the bottom. True love. This is a romance of a lifetime. So, as we're talking about self-love, Spirit is saying that is the romance of a lifetime. You're really being called to just pour more deeply into you. And then by doing this, you're going to attract your soulmate, possibly even your twin flame. You're going to attract the one that was designed for you. You can be with a high-level soulmate and be fine, but you have work to do too. And your twin flame will help you serve on a deeper level. Now, here's the thing. Your twin flame isn't always someone you end up with in love, right? Your twin flame can enter into your life. You'll feel a deep connection. You may have a deep friendship, and that may be where it's meant to stay. But together you can serve and create beautiful harmony and magic in the world, right? So you're being called to pinpoint who that is and get to work. You both have some healing to do because you both have hearts of gold, giving, loving spirits, but you're both holding on to some pain that's hindering you from showing up as your best self, showing up from that full, deep servant of light that you came here to be. Okay, you got this. I just heard that's your message. So that is your message, Angelina. I am going to see what you're saying, and please let me know how it resonates. Angelina said, yes, I'm a nurturer. You're nailing it right on the head. I'm so grateful, so grateful. Angelina said, my whole life is self-sacrifice. You are speaking truth right now. Awesome. I'm so grateful that you gave me the opportunity to serve you. And definitely, when I receive those messages and people are asking about love, I know sometimes, spirit directing it to self is like, that's not really what I was asking. And then some people are like, I'm just open. There's been times where it's been me. It's like, I'll ask for one thing and I'll get something else. I'm just like, but then I'm like, okay, spirit, thank you. I didn't even realize this was what served my highest good, one of those. So I'm grateful that it resonates. My beautiful Aunt Linda said, I love you, my family. I'll be talking to you soon. Keep up the healing. Thank you so much, my beautiful aunt. I love you too. I love you too. So 7-Eleven is now what's on the screen. And, open like 7-Eleven. We must be open like 7-Eleven. This is what I'm receiving. We must be open like 7-Eleven to receive all that serves our highest good. Be open to receive. When you're open to receive, you will. You will. So thank you so much. Thank you for joining us today. And I'm going to ask one more time, is there anyone else who is interested in? Angelina said, thank you. Thank you. Twin flame is the truth. Yes, yes, yes. I'm glad that resonates with you because I tell people all the time, like the twin flame journey doesn't necessarily mean you're going to come together in love. I mean, some twin flames we are going to eventually, or we are, in that union, in the physical, because we're always connected, even when we're not physically connected. And the 5D and beyond, we're always connected. Our souls are always connected, but we may be called to connect with them and serve with them and grow with them. And we may not be called to be with them in that, love relationship type way, but it's just a matter of us realizing why we have certain connections and what we're called to do. And that pain I'm feeling in my back, it kind of shifted to the middle of my back now. Like kind of by like where the bra strap is. It's now in the middle. So what I'm being told to tell you is that this is not something that's going to be hard for you to release. It's not stuck in that one spot. It's moving around. So with you just being intentional and choosing to heal it and release it, it'll be really easy for you. It's just a matter of taking that time out to really reflect and to allow spirit to guide you on, not just the things you remember or you're consciously aware of, but all the things. And you'll find that some of those things may not even be from this life. Some of them definitely are, because we vibrate at a frequency based on our beliefs, and we carry beliefs from several lifetimes, right? But I'm feeling your root is not here in this life. It goes beyond that. So yeah. My mom said, tell Angelina about REM. And actually I was feeling timeline regression would be good for you, Angelina, but you and I can connect and have a consultation if that's something that you're interested in. But what REM is, it's the group mentorship program that I have. And we have monthly group sessions, but everyone gets individual time. And you just have that support on your journey of healing. Timeline regression therapy is where we go back and we pinpoint what the root cause is for whatever area your soul is calling for you to heal. And we heal it as far back as where your unconscious mind will allow you to go, right? So it's a really powerful experience. And I'd say it's the mothership of healing, because that's really where my core healing stemmed from, this timeline. But yeah, and I also do one-on-one mentoring. So again, connect with spirit, allow spirit to guide you. And out of those things, take a look at the website. Out of those things, whatever you feel resonates, then let me know. And if you would like to move forward, we can. Okay. Angelina said every single word resonated with me in my current situation. I'm so grateful. So grateful. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. So yeah. So it doesn't look like anyone else is open to a mini reading today. So that is, Pat said 222. Wow, some of this resonate with me too. It's because we're all connected, And I started to say, even if you're not getting a mini reading, stay on, because the messages oftentimes will resonate. And I didn't, right? And I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. Usually I will say it sometimes, but it did come to me and it's like, I didn't say it, but spirit is like, see, say it next time. But anyways, it's true. Like, we're so connected, even in someone else's personal message. There are times where we can see where it resonates with us. So yeah, but yeah, I'm excited. So I'm going to close off. The last thing I'd like to tell you guys is that we are no longer doing Friday feature here live on YouTube. We are now doing Friday feature as on Zoom, where you can join us live and you have the option to show your face so we can all see you and know who we're talking to here, or you can not show your face and just do the audio, and you'll be able to ask questions and, you know, still have your mini readings. And when Jillian does hers, she does mini healing sessions. So it's really amazing. So if you are interested in joining the Friday feature link, I actually did a video letting you all know it will be on Zoom. I shared it there. But what I'll do is also share it in the comments of this video, and I'll highlight it, okay? So maybe check back in, like, you know, an hour at the most, and you'll see that. And then make sure you join us for Friday feature. Make sure you join us for Friday feature. Okay. So Cheryl said, what is the difference between twin flame and soulmate? Also, what is your definition of the word believe? So thank you, mommy. You have a peaceful day too. I love you. So basically, a twin flame, when you are a soul, right? Your soul splits, and there's a divine masculine and a divine feminine. Now, those roles are not always gender specific, right? But you both incarnate here on earth as two separate human beings, right? And you'll find that you guys just have this instant connection. You guys have an instant connection. You'll find that you guys have several things in common. Your personalities are very similar, right? Typically, one of you has awakened quicker than the other. And then part of what you're called to do is to help them awaken to who they are. And when you come together, the whole purpose of that union is so that you can serve together. And when you're united, your ability to serve is just so much stronger, and it's just much more powerful than what you would be able to do individually. Now, a soulmate is not necessarily like that dual side of your soul, right? And another thing when it comes to twin flames is oftentimes when you have a twin flame, although you may have a lot of things in common in regards to your personalities, you may also have a lot of things where you are the complete opposite. So like, for instance, with my twin flame and I'm very communicative. You know, I express myself to someone who's not, maybe to a fault, but I'm really big on expressing and talking and, you know, letting you know how I feel, whereas my twin flame doesn't communicate like that. You know, my twin flame has a tendency to disconnect and handle it, you know, in their own time, right? And in their own way. And so that's the opposite, that duality. We're each other's mirror, you know. So that's in short what it is. A soulmate can be anyone. It can be like, we're soulmates. You know, we've been on this journey together before. So your soulmate is someone that comes into your life, whether it's a family member, a friend, it can be a loving relationship. It's just someone that your soul has traveled with before. And now you're here again, and you may be in a relationship, or you may just be friends. So, you know, you can have a high level soulmate, and you can have a high level soulmate and still have like that happy ever after, you know. Or have you ever been so close to a friend where you're just like, this connection is so bomb? You know, oftentimes it's a soulmate. Michaela said, what time will you be on Zoom? So it varies. So here's the thing. I've had my VA create a landing page for it. And so what happens is when you fill it out, you'll receive the information, and it'll tell you which Friday is what time. So like, for instance, when Javi is live, Javi is actually live at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. When Jillian is live, I believe she is, don't quote me, but I believe it's 6 p.m. Eastern time, but don't quote me, but I believe it is. So long story short, because it varies based on who the Friday feature healer is, it's going to be a different time. So when you fill out the information, you'll receive like what time for each Friday. Okay. So like, you'll receive like which Friday, who's on, and what time. Yeah. So I will get that link posted in the comments. And like I said, I'll pin it so that you all have it. And then eventually I'll have it be included in every description on every video so that it's always there. So yeah. 'Cause, 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 Is there anything else coming through? Okay, I'm being told to just pull one more card, and this is just for us as a collective, and then we are going to wrap it up. Okay, so this is the card we got. And it says, you are always in my heart like a glowing ocean light, a shimmering star in heaven. Love is a golden memory, drifting through space like autumn leaves, recollections of loving days and nights. That was a beautiful little message. For some of you, I'm hearing that is a message from your twin flame, whether you're in union or not, or even aware of who they are. And for some of you, it's a message from past loved ones. So beautiful message. So anyways, thank you so, so much for allowing me to serve you. I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. And I'll talk to you soon.